Hey, do you want to see what you look like when you're trying to pick your first investment? But don't worry, I'm gonna help you change this phase today. I know how overwhelming it can be for you to choose where you want your money to go. But choosing your first investment will be something that you will remember for the rest of your life, and that's gonna be really important in the long term. But hello, my name's Alexi, and I started investing at the end of 2019, and as a matter of fact, I know how hard and complicated it can seem to choose your first stock, so don't worry, today I'm gonna help you to answer this question. So let's go through what you have to do to start investing. Let's go through it step by step. The first advice that's gonna help you out a ton to choose your first investment is to choose a sector or an industry that you are personally familiar with and that you're interested in. Now, don't come to me saying this, hey, that's not really concrete. You need to understand that if you feel attached to a company, attached to a sector in particular, and you invest into it, you will be more willing to make the right choices, especially for the long term. If you enjoy your company so much that you buy all their products and you use their services, that's also something good because you will be more attached to your investment over the long term. Okay, you still lost? It's okay, we're gonna take an easy example for you. Let's say that you really enjoy technology and you actually own a MacBook Pro that you use for your everyday life and especially for your classes. You also own the latest iPhone that you use way too much on a daily basis. Plus a subscription to iTunes that you pay every single month, and you also can't wait for the latest iOS update. You are an Apple fanboy, let's face it. You enjoy the product and everything related to them, so it might be a good idea for you to go a little bit deeper and actually ask yourself, would this be a great investment? Of course, you can be interested into any sectors, so if you are a Samsung fanboy, it's okay, don't come killing me, it's okay, Samsung is also a stock available. So try to find a stock that you use, that you like, and that you think will continue to grow in the long term. And is it okay if I tell you a secret? If you can answer these questions, you are already a step ahead of everybody else that's starting to invest. Hey, by the way, do you remember that? Hey, that's not really concrete. Because right now, I'm going to change this kind of subjective approach to investing and choosing your first stock to something more concrete and more measurable that's going to help you out. Because when you look at an investment, you also want to look at something called the fundamentals of a company. That are pretty much the metrics, the things that you can measure of a company, so how much money they have, how much debt they own, and all that stuff. That's going to help you out a ton when you're choosing your first stock. These metrics help you understand how the company was performing, is performing, and will be performing in the short term. I'm going to show you guys a few important metrics that you can look at when choosing your first stock. It will look messy and complicated, but don't worry, I'm gonna make it easy for you guys to understand. Okay, let's go! Hey, welcome to the Fundamental Analysis for Newbies, presented by the handsome Alexi! Here are the 5 metrics we'll look at today. Profitability, PE ratios, debt, competitive advantage, dividend. First, I'll need you to open Yahoo Finance to easily look at these metrics for free. Hashtag stop capitalism. Okay, enough of this. The profitability of a company indicates if the company is in profit or not. Are they making money or losing money every single year? To find it, it's really easy. You go under the statistics and you find here the gross profit. It means how much money is left after taking out all the expenses of the company. In other words, if you find a profit that is positive and growing each year, that's good. And if not, well, they're losing more money every single time, which is not good. So just find a company that's in profit. Next, the P/E ratio that you can find on the summary page. This number is the current price of the stock divided by the earnings per share, or the EPS, that you can also find on this page. In simple terms, it's gonna tell you how the company is priced at the moment. Is it overvalued, undervalued, or is it pretty much in the middle? There are multiple ways you can use the P/E ratio. For example, if the company is under 20, it means the company is really safe. If it's under 30, it means it's completely okay to invest into this company, but the higher you go, the more risk you're taking when investing into this company. So try to find a P/E ratio in which you are comfortable investing with. For example, a P/E ratio of 30 is pretty okay. Now the debt. Yeah, because pretty much every single company owns debt, and sometimes a little too much. To find it, go under the statistics and under the balance sheet. That's gonna show you how much debt the company actually owns. If the debt is too high and the company is not able to pay it back, that can be a huge problem in the future of the company. But if the company can keep it manageable and pretty small, that's okay to have debt. It's okay for a company to take loans. So try to find a company that don't own too much debt, but don't worry, it's okay if they do own some. Now the competitive advantage advantage or the moat, it isn't really a metric, but it's something that you can find by yourself. If you pick a company with a big moat, so a huge competitive advantage, it's also great to invest into this company because they own the majority of a sector. They are the leader in this sector, and you know that they have less chances of failing than the other companies in this industry. So always start aiming at the big boys first. And then if you are still interested in the topic and you go really deep into it, you can also invest into smaller companies, but always remember you're taking more risk when doing so. And to quickly know if a company is bigger or smaller than another company, you can compare what's called their market cap that you can find on the summary page also. The market cap is the total value of a company, so if it's bigger than another one, it means the company is just bigger than this other company. And finally, the dividend. Does this company pay a dividend? If you don't know what a dividend is, it's a cash payment from the company when they have a surplus of money at the end of the year. They can choose to give it back to shareholders in form of cash payment. So they just pay you in cash for holding onto their stock. It's a percentage of the stock price that they're gonna give you back to you every single time. A dividend isn't obligatory, but it's a good thing to have for a company because it means they have so much money that they can actually pay back shareholders in cash. If they can't do that, maybe they don't have enough cash to reinvest into the business, and that's just a good sign when a company pays a dividend. You can find the dividend payments under the summary of the stock and under dividend payment or dividend yield. Mix all of these together and you have a great first investment. And now that you finally found your first investment, well, how do you buy it actually? Luckily, I made this video to answer this question, so go and watch it right now. I hope you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more content, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.